I talked about how I think Kim Klacik is a very attractive woman. She was running in Baltimore, which is
I
rough.
think you
You
showed
can't,
me a
can't run
video
as a
of
conservative
her,
in
yeah.
Baltimore.
I think
It's a great little promotional video she made. Yeah.
Earlier today
But she had
when you
never.
mentioned this, I said, "Oh, is she black?" Yeah, she is. Because you're lusting after her, of course she is. But yeah, I saw the video, and yeah, I would have preferred her to win. She seemed like she actually had good intentions.
And she made good points. But it's funny, about the what was it? Denouncing my bisexuality. I said that homosexuality is a sin. I said it, or disavowing. It's because I said that in Christianity, homosexuality is a sin, which it is. That's what I said. Which is, I don't know how that's disavowing. And the exact night before, I was lusting after Kim Klacik. Doesn't make it not a sin, by the way. So you got to go pray to Jesus to be like, oh, sorry, Jesus, I looked at Kim Klacik again.
Jesus is like, don't worry, I did too.
Me too.
But to add on to that, and I said this earlier, but to repeat for the benefit of the audience, you have shown me, or referenced at least, research that shows that all women are some degree of bisexual. So
women have it. Not all women are bisexual, but women have a proclivity towards bisexuality because we think that it's an evolutionary, as most things are, adaptation. So, like, if the men all die, then women can get together because, of course, skin-to-skin contact, oxytocin-genetic response. It's healthy. It's normal for people to touch each other. It's much like bonobos and other apes. Skin-to-skin contact makes us feel better. So if all the men go die in war, which they often did, fighting or hazards that existed in harsh evolutionary conditions, that women are kind of coded towards some degree of homosexuality in a way that men are not.
I really strongly suspect that is not the reason. But
really, okay. I mean, that's why I think it. Well, that's from the research that I've read. That's the hypothesis, right?
Well, I would respectfully disagree with the research in that case.
I don't know why. No one really knows why, but I think that that's probably why. Well, that's my idea as to why women can. Well, in modern times too, I think there's also a like attracting males element of it that's totally external to that, but that's let's make out so the guys will look at it, and that's outside of it. I don't know what that part is. That's attracting men.
I expect it is as much selected for by evolution as psychopathy or borderline or male homosexuality are.
Maybe male homosexuality.
It's probably just a self-caustic thing, which is supposed to allow for provide a better avenue for adaptivity for the species. Now, the reason that female homosexuality is not looked down on as much and is attractive to men and all this kind of stuff, it's just a variation of how the genders work. It's a temptation, like many other things, which is a deselection mechanism. If a species falls for it, then they probably weren't worth preserving evolutionarily. Same thing is if they manage to get overcome by psychopaths or borderlines, then it's a deselection mechanism, just as there are selection mechanisms. There are also deselection ones. Because as soon as humans are more than just one population, deselection mechanisms actually help the overall species.
Right, and what I actually should have said to be explicit there is that it's not lesbianism that's evolutionary. It's female bisexuality,
sure.
Not lesbianism. Bisexuality, which is like an evolutionary coping mechanism to deal with if there's no men around, or to help raise children together. That's what I think it probably is, but again, nobody knows.
In practice, there isn't much of a difference. For women,
with men, there's no reason to. There's men. I'm just saying with men, there's no. I can't think of any evolutionary reason why men would be homosexual or why they would engage in homosexual behaviors outside of just pure sexual gratification. With women, and also you find this in bisexual and lesbian relationships, it tends to be less sexual and more emotional, right? Now, and except for the don't look at those lesbian domestic violence rates, though.